Menezona Bertrand Ona, me akoba paga ishebalo no journaliste à Royal FM de minkoba ngoli wondo de makane mena mwana ya nam Cameroun mbol majinga nam Cameroun de mayena bongbe Cameroun bese banyin fufulo de makana bongbe Cameroun bese bitebe bi wulu fufulo aswina bi kamne namwan amu namwan ngoni bi zomise anying ne fufulo anam Cameroun ande makarna maiki yebe na bi jobren bi ne nying fufulo bi toba mvoy bi toba mion anam Cameroun anamwan.
Je suis Hassana Salissou. J'aime mon pays, le Cameroun. J'en suis fier et je dis non à la violence, au tribalisme et non à la manipulation. Ensemble, main dans la main pour préserver l'unité de notre cher et beau pays, le Cameroun.
C'est un message de Royal FM, la radio des auditeurs.
The 6 a.m. with Promise Akante.
One 90919 Thursday, September 19, 2019. Good morning and welcome to the very first news on 88.4 Royal FM and live on Facebook on Royal FM Cameroon. Our top stories. As Cameroonians look forward to the days set aside for the major national dialogue announced by the head of state, pre-dialogue consultations continue with the Prime Minister, head of government. Out of the country, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has cancelled his planned trip to New York to address the UN General Assembly next Thursday. And in sports, General Pierre Semenge says Elite 1 and 2 club sides should give a deaf ear and a blind eye to the decision by Feka Foods to suspend the league. Stay with us. Good morning and thanks for joining us. My name is Promise Akante. The Prime Minister, head of government, will today represent the head of state at the opening ceremony of the 42nd ordinary session of the Board of Administration of the African Regional Center for Labor Administration, CRADAT, which takes place at the Yaoundé Montfebe Hotel today at 9 a.m. The meeting that comes within the framework of the 42nd ordinary session of the governing body of CRADAT follows a session of the Committee of Experts of the institution that opened yesterday under the chairmanship of Cameroon's Minister of Labor and Social Security, Grégoire Ouna. About 20 political parties and opposition leaders in Cameroon have called on governments to seek solutions to the ongoing socio-political crisis in the northwest and southwest regions by going back to the country's historical foundation. They were speaking in Yaoundé yesterday, shortly after a 2-hour-long audience granted them by Prime Minister, head of government, Chief Dr. Joseph Dion Gouté, to get their proposals and contributions ahead of the upcoming major national dialogue. Talking of which, the convener of the All Anglophone Conference, the Archbishop Emeritus of Douala, His Eminence Christian Cardinal Tumi, has urged the organizers of the major national dialogue to bring all options to the table and be ready to accept the people's decision. Speaking on a Douala-based television channel, the prelate said he had designed a questionnaire and would love the powers that be to adopt a holistic approach. We listen to Christian Cardinal Tumi.
You have to listen to the Anglophones. There's a problem. The form of the state. In our questionnaire to Anglophones, we tried to influence the Anglophone opinion, but we did not succeed. When we said, what form of government do you think can solve this problem? Federation, decentralization, as we are trying to live it now. I think just about 4 or 5 people reacted out of 1,000. But then we said, have you any other proposition to make? We left it open. 69% of Anglophones said absolute, the word they used was absolute separation. That is to say, cessation. We drew the conclusion that if we want to love each other, that is to say, to live as brothers and sisters, absolute separation on the level of government, our position is that everything should be put on the table. There should be no taboo.
That was Christian Kajinatumi, who equally said on the dialogue table. He said that the dialogue table should be open and every ideology given an equal treatment, while giving his own political conviction. He says the most convincing side should win and no option should be termed impossible.
Whatever the opinion is, let us listen to him. Let them try to convince us. If they convince us, we should take it. If it's convincing, it's possible since it is human. It's not the law of God. We were not that. We were separate. Were we not? We were. Not my position. My position is federalism, if you want to know my political conviction about this country.
Christian Cardinal Tumi speaking there. Now, the measure National Dialogue announced by President Paul Biya in his 10th September speech has been described by some political pundits as a forum for selfish Cameroonians who are rather interested with the sign out instead of proposing adequate solutions to the developmental retardedness of Cameroon. Staffman Abel Bela Samari, the following write-up, questions if every service rendered to the nation must be paid.
Some selfish individuals in the name of politicians, civil society activists, members of social group thinks the measure National Dialogue announced by President Paul Biya during his 10 September 2019 speech to the nation is an avenue for them to make money through consultation with the Prime Minister, Chief Dr. Joseph John Gute. Do you know that some are eager to go to the Star Building just to sign out, or better still, pay them, as some call it? Corridors information hold that some visitors at the Star Building can even propose any concrete idea to the Prime Minister, but will ask for sign out immediately they leave the audience hall. What a shame. Indeed, what a shame that in this century our leaders will still be interested in the question, what will I gain, rather than asking what can I offer for my country to be developed. For your information, you, that selfish individual that wants to retard the development of this great nation, know that the head of state in his 10 September 2019 speech already provides a better treatment to your disease when he said, and I quote, the extent is not to participate in the measure National Dialogue but to give adequate contribution, end of quote. I think it is high time only those who have the developmental mindset should be part of this National Dialogue. No money should be distributed or given to participants in the name of transport fare. If you love this country and want to see this nation emerge, it is high time you contribute your own quota. By the way, who said that all services rendered to this nation must be paid for? Where then is the patriotism we preach every day? President Paul Biya has given us the opportunity to rebuild this nation. You, that party leader that is fighting for representation, should pocket your selfish tendency and represent your party for a better Cameroon. For we all are passerby. The real Cameroonians are those of tomorrow. Make the environment enabling for them, not crack or shaking foundation for them to inherit.
You are listening to the 6 a.m. news on 88.4 Royal FM and watching us live on Facebook on Royal FM Cameroon. On to something else, more than 400,000 new voters have been enrolled into the electoral register in 2019, bringing the total number of electors to about 7.1 million. These figures were made public yesterday in a declaration by the Director General of Elections, Eric Esuse. Here is an excerpt of the Director General of Elections.
Sensitization campaigns were conducted by our teams, targeting potential electors across the national territory, assisted now and then by political parties and civil society organizations. At the 31st of August 2019, we recorded 433,873 newly enrolled electors, of which are men 270,503 and women 163,280. This total comprised 300,375 youth, representing 69.23%. Compared to the year 2018, the registration exercise recorded an increase more than 50,000 electors.
That was Dr. Eric Esuse speaking on the mic of our reporter Jean-Marie Yanaba. Unto health, staff of the Yaoundé Gynecological Obstetric and Pediatric Hospital will henceforth be evaluated using the performance-based approach and will be rewarded based on the level of accomplishment of any task assigned to them. This was the main resolution arrived at during the 2019 Ordinary Board meeting of the establishment, which took place in Yaoundé yesterday. Kidney patients in Boya have threatened to embark on a strike action at the Boya Regional Hospital. The patients are said to be pointing accusing fingers at the nurses working in the center for taking advantage of the ugly situation to make money. Out of the country, Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has apologized for a photograph showing his face and hands blackened by makeup at a private school gala nearly 2 decades ago that went viral. Mr. Trudeau told reporters that his decision to dress up in an Aladdin costume and put on makeup in the Arabian Night theme party was a racist thing to do. The photo from the West Point Grey Academy party in 2001 was published by Time magazine, and it comes amid next month's election campaign. His opponents have seized the development to question Mr. Trudeau's judgment. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has cancelled his planned trip to New York to address the UN General Assembly next Thursday as he negotiates to form a governing coalition following Tuesday's inconclusive general elections. With more than 95% of votes counted, his Likud party had 32 seats, while the rival Blue and White party of Benny Gantz had 33 seats. And in sports, the president of the Cameroon Professional Football League LFPC, General Pierre Semenge, has urged club presidents and other heads of Elite 1 and 2 clubs, as well as players, to continue their preparation ahead of the next football season. In a communique signed by the general, he called on them to consider the intervention of FECAFOOT as he had filed the case to the competent court and await the verdict, while emphatically rejecting FECAFOOT's decision to suspend the league and the creation of a caretaker committee. He further states that the league will begin as soon as the court verdicts are delivered. And that is the package we put together for you today. Romeo Arikume was our sound engineer. Steve D'Souza was at the cameras for the live broadcast on Facebook. Yannick Sylvain Galewisa copyright clerk. Carol Prudence Tiencho for editorial coaching. Roger Kiyek, the Kiki for coordination. And Reverend Pastor Emmanuel Noel Bisai for general supervision. My name is Promise Akante. Our next newscasts come about 8 a.m., 12 noon, 2 and 6 p.m. on Royal FM. Up next, after me, is the guy with good suits, costumes. He's called Jean-Claude. Good morning, JCN.
Good morning, Promise Akante. Bonjour à tout le staff.